Welcome to Fredo's Football Talk. I'm your host, Fredo. With me today is DC and our boy Steven behind the scenes. No Jerron today. My boy had to go to work today, but the show must go on, DC. But we got some news right here. But other than that, man, how you been, DC?
Doing good, bro. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. Steven, how you been, bro?
Really good. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Good.
So if you didn't hear him back there, he's doing good. But other than that, man, we're right here, middle of free agency coming along, man, and some news has come yet, but it's nothing official yet, though. DC,
Right.
Everybody's still right there trying to make some deals behind the scenes, man. But it won't be official till what is it, the 15th?
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And
So,
today
yeah.
they can actually start tampering, so they can actually speak today, but none of the deals will be actually official until the 15th.
Absolutely. I wonder what deals are going to be announced today as we go along. But just like every time in this show, man, if we get breaking news, man, we're gonna give it to y'all. But let's go off, man, and let's start off 5 days ago, man. How about that, DC?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's talk and react about everything that has happened since we last were in the air. The Seahawks, man, are signing Geno Smith to a 3-year deal worth $105 million. Geno at 32 is not going to be through the Seahawks contract to 2025. What do you think about that deal, man?
I probably would have done 2 years
Mm.
if it was me, but maybe Gino knew that,
Yeah,
and he requested 3 years or nothing.
yeah,
And Seattle's probably in a point now where their hands are kind of tied. They had a good year this year, and it's either going to be Geno or we have to take a rookie.
yeah.
And they probably like, well, if we want to take a rookie, we want to let him sit behind Geno. So we'll just go ahead and do this 3-year deal. And I'm sure the contract is set up so at the 3rd year, they can just cut him.
Yeah.
They probably got it front loaded, paid him a bunch of money the first 2 years, and the 3rd year, if they got another quarterback behind him, they can release him and it won't hit him as bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it works out for both of them.
Yeah, so Geno said that if they do draft a quarterback either this year or next year's, he said that he's ready to put that quarterback underneath his wings, show him the ropes, help the organization as much as you should.
Yeah.
He's ready to take on that role, and which I think that maybe that's what the reason why they gave him that third deal, because he was along with it. He knew that his time in Seattle is not going to be
Right.
forever. Like I said, he's only 20. No, he's 32.
Right.
So he knows that he's not going to play another 5-6 more years. So this is a good contract right here for him. I think it'll work out for both sides of the ball.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
made he's gonna make, I think, probably his biggest contract since he's been in the league, and he'll make this money in 3 years, and hey, he might just want to be a career backup.
Yeah.
Hold the clipboard. Those guys right there, it's getting to the point now. Hell, the backup quarterback's gonna be making $8-10 million a year before it's over with.
Yeah.
Now, when you see stuff like when Tua goes down and what happens when you don't have a quarterback, these guys are going to become more and more valuable as the years go along. So by that time, like I said, it may be $8 to $10 million a year for a backup quarterback. Because a lot of these teams that, like guys like Mahomes, they had Henny come in, scored a touchdown for him, which probably changed the whole direction of their playoff season this year.
Yeah.
Because he came in and they didn't really miss a beat.
Yeah.
And so it may be something you look forward to, man.
Yeah.
And that's something Baker Mayfield should do.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, he probably got too much pride, but man, hey man, I'll just be a backup.
Yeah.
You make plenty of money doing that versus in and out of starting lineups, getting cut and stuff like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. But congratulations to Geno Smith, man, on that, and hell of a comeback story for him.
Yes.
Last season, man, nobody expected the Seahawks to do that great, but Geno, man, he took care of the ball. He took the opportunity, he took advantage of it, and congrats on him for that, man. But a more quarterback news, man, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So the Ravens placed Lamar Jackson on a non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. Okay, the non-exclusive tags allow Jackson to negotiate other teams in free agency. The tag costs, let's say if no one gives him a deal, so that tag is going to cost them $32 million. All right.
Right.
And if Jackson agrees to offer with another team, the Ravens have the right to match that deal. Okay, or they will receive 2 first-round picks as a compensation for the departure.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think about that right there, DC?
Oh man, this hole just keep getting deeper and deeper. And when they first hit him with the tag, there was like 5 teams right off the jump. We're not even gonna pursue him.
Mm.
So that lets me know right there that these owners, they don't want these guaranteed contracts in the league.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna hide from it. Somebody may offer him something, but the thing about it, what if they offer you what Baltimore already offered you? Then what?
Yeah.
You're still stuck.
Yeah.
And like I was telling you last time, Fredo, you got some more contracts coming up. These big guys, he's gonna look really bad if Burrow don't ask for guaranteed money.
Yeah.
He's the only one out there asking for it. But nothing can happen unless he signed the tender, whatever they offer him. Either way, whether it's the exclusive or the regular franchise, but nothing can happen. Either way, I guess he'll just end up sitting out.
Yeah.
Because I can't give him that money. Not that guaranteed that much.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, once he goes down, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Your season's over with. And the thing about it, Mahomes won a Super Bowl with a high ankle sprain. Lamar Jackson could never do that because his legs are gone. Without his legs, he's pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
People say he's never had receivers, but hey, who's going to take the chance of giving him receivers? He still come out with the same product to see if he really can pass.
Yeah.
So, and with me, I wouldn't give him no more than 5 years. I think that's about his window is probably about 5 years left in the league. Period for me to be effective.
Yeah.
Because he's got 5 in, but the fact that he uses his legs so much, unless he becomes a better pocket passer, then I mean your time is limited because you can only take so many hits and run so many times.
Yeah.
Like these other guys that Burrow, that he'll have a long career. I think he can stand in the pocket and beat you. He uses his leg when have to. Mahomes. That's why they gave him a 10-year deal because he'll be around for a long time because of his style of play. Now, if he needs to run, he can run. But with Lamar and this kind of money, man, I just can't see it. I can't see it at all, man. It's going to be tough. But I'm really interested to see if anybody else is going to jump out there because, none of the owners want this guaranteed deal.
Yeah.
So everybody's looking at each other like, who's going to do that?
Yeah.
Who wants to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The way I see it, man, is like I feel like he should have taken a deal beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Or the one that offer him. But now there might be a chance that he, like you say, he might not even get that deal. What the Ravens did offer him now, because I think that was the best deal they could have done at that moment. And like you said, the teams are taking action on it, like owners that didn't want to be committed to someone like that. I guess it took that one team. The Browns was just in that position that we need to make a change and we need to make it now. So they did what they had to do, but that's why other teams are not the Browns. The only are one Browns team out there. And someone asked me, he said, "Hey man, how would you feel if Lamar Jackson became y'all's quarterback for the Texans?" And I thought to myself, the Texans are not in that position to reach out for reach for him, just because they have the second pick overall of this year's first round draft. And it's like they know either they're gonna get Stroud or they're gonna get Young. But if it's somebody out of those two, I'll be surprised and I'll be shocked. And if they go for somebody else like Will or Anderson, so I'll be surprised if they go out of those two right there. But I just don't see the Texans right now to reach out for Lamar Jackson, because I think the Texans are way much behind than the Ravens are, which is team talent.
Yep.
And also we got a first-year head coach and a bunch of new coordinators as well. And I just feel like at least two years would be wasted.
Right.
And for all that money,
Yep.
And also we have to give up 2 first-round picks for the next 2 years.
Yes, and y'all don't want to be doing that.
No, absolutely not, man. It's no shade towards them. Now, if we had a better team, I said that, yeah. If we know that we can go beyond the divisional rounds, I said, man, just sign the deal and make it happen.
Absolutely.
But no, man, like the Texans are way behind to have that type of caliber, and we don't even have a true number one wide receiver to throw it to. We barely have the running back, You know, so I feel like it'd be in the same scenario, just except that he'll be getting them bags with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I say 5 years, because if you it's going to be a problem, because if you give him a 5-year deal, that means that annual contract is going to be over $50 million.
Yeah.
Not very many teams can squeeze that in.
No.
And I don't think his style allows him to get 10-year, which means you can make it smaller per year. So it's going to be a problem. And all the running quarterbacks, you know, the one that got hurt this year, Hurts got hurt, Fields, and Kyler Murray, all of them got hurt when they were running. And when they injury came, they were running the ball, and that's what scares me the most. You see what happened to Kyler? They're done already for this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
by him running, and he was just no contact. He was just running and trying to get out of bounds. Well, he tried to juke a guy, and it blew his knee out.
Yeah.
So that's the chance you risk, and then you have to reset all over again the next year with that money on the books.
Yeah.
So I don't want it. I don't want no part of that at all.
Yeah. Absolutely. But we'll see what happens, man. So how long they got to work out this whole contract dispute with the Ravens and Lamar?
I think to July 15th.
Wow.
Yeah, because when the salary tag started a week or so back, but even though you get the tag, you can still negotiate up until the 15th of July. I think that's when the training camps and stuff starts. So by then you have to make your mind up.
We'll see what happens, man. But there's plenty of offseason.
Yes.
Ahead of Lamar and the Ravens, man.
I'm just
so
waiting to see if anybody gonna offer stuff.
Yeah.
Because all these owners, man, is just so against it.
I feel like if it does happen, it's gonna be after the draft.
Yeah.
So we will see which teams move up in the board to pick up a quarterback, and we see what teams are still in need of a quarterback, and that's when they call the Ravens for Lamar and ask them, let's make a deal.
But I forgot the 5 teams that came out and said they weren't no part of it. But I remember Atlanta was one of them. I was like, how's Atlanta?
Exactly.
I thought they would have been the first in line. That lets me know right there, these owners are in this thing together.
Yeah.
When Atlanta comes out and says they don't want no part of it,
Yeah.
I think Miami may have been one of them too. They said they didn't want no part. I'm like, my goodness.
Yeah, Miami.
Something's not right.
The Raiders.
Yeah, and I think Washington might have been one of them. I'm like, Washington, how the hell you don't want? If I'm Daniel Snyder, I'm on my way out the door anyway.
Yeah.
If you really want to piss some guys off, just do that.
Yeah. That's a big middle finger to the league right there.
There you go, right there.
All right, man, let's move on, man. How about this news right here, man? The Chiefs release defensive end Frank Clark.
Yeah.
What you think about that? And that right there, with that move creates $21 million for the cap space and $7 million in dead money, which I'm pretty sure they don't care about the dead money. They care more about the cap space. Frank Clark, man, he's 29 years old, man. So what do you think about the Chiefs releasing him, man?
Like that's a money thing.
Yeah.
They didn't prioritize him on the defensive side.
Yeah.
I know they wanted to keep him, I'm sure, but what he was asking for and what they're trying to do it's too far apart.
Yeah.
They got Mahomes.
Yeah.
They got Mahomes for another 8-10 years. So they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They're gonna be plug and play. And one of those teams that's good. So you have players wanting to sign up.
Yeah.
For minimum deals.
Yeah.
And that's why they're in the luxury they can do that stuff.
Yeah.
And only a few teams will be able to do that in the future. And they just happen to be one of them.
Yeah.
And I think Cincinnati will be the next one that'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
Where guys want to come play because they feel like they got a chance to go all the way.
Yeah.
So, it's going to hurt them on defense, but they'll figure out something else. They'll find another star that's just been cut and take less money.
Yeah.
And that's why I was thinking of a guy like Ramsey, but he went to Miami, but would have went there. So they'll get these guys coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Like just by releasing, that's $21 million.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's 3 or 4 players probably for them.
Yeah, man.
Depends on who they are.
Exactly, man. Sign like 1 or 2 year deals.
Absolutely. They just reset every year because as long as the quarterback is good, you good. You got the quarterback and Kelsey,
Yeah.
you're going to be good.
All right, man. So let's go back and talk about the next player right here. Let's go back to the quarterback. The Giants are signing Daniel Jones to a 4-year deal worth $160 million, DC. Jones at 25, man. He's still young. They reached this deal right here. And let me tell you this, man. I am shocked that he got this deal, to be honest with you. They're paying him like he's what's this deal considering worth to be like the top 10,
Yeah.
and he only had really one good season, which is this past season that just happened. And he is the biggest robber in New York right now.
Yeah.
/ New Jersey. He's robbed the Giants, man.
Yeah.
Now, do you think the Giants made a bad deal on this?
When I initially seen that $160 million, I was like, man, that's crazy for Daniel Jones. Then I started reading into the contract. It's $82 million that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So basically, and that $82 million, the guarantee is going to be paid in the first 2 years. So when he gets to that third and fourth year, it won't be nothing for them to cut him. You know, we see the 160, but if he's on the team for the whole 4 years, they'll get that. But I like the way they front ended and give him all the money up front, just in case 3 years from now, we already got somebody ready to come in, so we can just cut you without being penalized big. So, but that 160, that's still a lot. See, when you look at the number for Daniel Jones. Like Daniel Jones, 160. Maybe Daboll seen something in him. And that's the scary part when you got a quarterback in his last season and you make the head coaching change the same year before that, right before that. So he comes out. You don't know if it's the quarterback just having a good last year before a contract or if it's the coach. But we'll find out here real soon.
Yeah. I feel like those two things play well part on that contract year, and you got a new head coach that he helped develop Josh Allen's career, because Josh Allen's first 2 years, man, they will look very questionable for the Bills, man. But when Daboll came in there, it's like, hey, man, like he helped him develop as a quarterback, and now look at Josh Allen, bro. It's like this dude's about to get paid. Oh no, he got paid already. He got paid already. He got paid already, and and what he can do on the field, it's amazing, man.
It really is.
Yeah, so like that right there, man, lets you know his coaching, and also I feel like that helped Daniel Jones to get that contract, and and he played well this year, man.
And then again, if he turned out to be a great quarterback, that's even better for the Giants, the way the contract is set up.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. All right, so because of Jones getting that contract, they had the franchise tag available, and they used that franchise tag on running back Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
So they got Saquon Barkley on the franchise tag. So that right there, I kind of feel like it worked out. Smart move by the Giants on this one.
Yeah.
You got to pay your quarterback, so at least you know that, like you just informed us right now, they're gonna keep him for 2 years at least with all that money. But like you said, in this third year, they got options: either cut him, release him, whatever. But I'm surprised that I'm not surprised. It's good that they put the franchise tag on Saquon Barkley because they don't have to give up all that money. So my question to you, DC, is: are the Giants going to draft a running back this year for his replacement?
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
It'll probably be fifth round, something like that, taking a flyer on somebody, because I'm expecting Saquon to come out this year and have a big year, just because it's a contract year.
Yeah.
And he's going to put out the best tape he can put out. And he's going to have to hold the Giants' feet to the fire on this next year. But the thing about it, man, just the running back position in itself is becoming, man, it's just diminishing as far as the value, the money you want to give them, because you got guys like I said, Pacheco, 6th round pick, showing up in games. And other teams are starting to take notice of this. So you're going to get them, just give them a 5-year deal unless they just really outstanding. You on to the next one.
Yeah.
And that's what the running back is coming to. But I know Saquon hated it. I'm surprised he's playing on the franchise. And then again, it ain't over.
Yeah.
He made the sign. Now I just hold out. I don't know if he's actually signed it. I just know they said they placed it on him, because you still have to sign it before it goes into effect. But he's missed some time, and I understand it. Why he didn't come out and get the deal this year. So they want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah. So, and I feel like with Saquon Barkley's career, the first year he came out, outstanding, man.
Yep.
He did an awesome job. But ever since then, man, it's like he's gonna be getting injured, missing some games here and there. And so I want to say at least 2 years, man. He's been out more than 8 games per season, And and like now I feel like if the injury wasn't so much a concern, I think he would have got paid.
Yeah, ain't no
you
doubt.
know,
Yeah.
for sure. But just the fact that he hasn't been healthy since his rookie year,
Yeah.
There's always something going on with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, man. So how do you feel like the Giants pursued that between the Jones and the Barkley?
I think as an organization, they
Yeah.
did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They got to keep both of their starting key players.
Yeah.
And go into the next year and see what the team looks like. Now they just got to work on their wide receiver room, and we'll find out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's go back to more quarterback talk right here. So we know that Garoppolo, he's a free agent this year, and they're saying that there's talk between him and the Texans. The Texans are exploring the options of Garoppolo services to be the man under the center to be the quarterback. I don't know how true this is, man, but it caught my attention. But yeah, if the Texans do pursue him as a quarterback, I feel like he might be the starter for like a year or two. And maybe just draft somebody and go like the Mahomes route, like when they had Alex Smith. Maybe just have Garoppolo right there, be a mentor and stuff like that until the rookie is ready. So who knows? Maybe the Texans will go pick a quarterback, at 2 for sure, and then just let him sit, not rush him in.
Right.
So what do you say about that, DC? If the Texans do go the Garoppolo route, be the starter day one for this season, and mentor and get the rookie ready, whichever rookie at that time might be.
Yeah, I heard that too. But my thing is Garoppolo going to come in and accept a 1 year or 2 year deal? I would think he's the type of guy that's wherever he go, he wants a 5 year deal.
Yeah.
And if it's the case, that's not going to work in Houston.
Yeah.
He needs to go somewhere where a team that's ready.
Yeah.
Now I can see it. If Houston was just a quarterback away, then you take the chance.
Yeah.
But if he's coming in there asking for a 5 year deal, then I don't know if that would be a good thing for the Texans.
Yeah.
Because like I say, it's at least a good maybe 2 years from just really, really being there.
Yeah.
They need this draft this year to hit, and then and they'll be just plugging in players next draft just to get them over the top. So for him to come in, I'm thinking he's gonna want a big deal, he ain't gonna want a 2 year. I think he'll want a 5 year. But if he's willing to come in and do that for 2 years, yeah, you do it. Yeah, he comes in. If he says he's gonna do 2 years, you take Stroud. You set the contract up. If Stroud's ready by next year, you can move on from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be awesome if he's gonna say, okay, I'm coming out 2 years.
Yeah.
I'll mentor whoever you bring in, and I'll get out of your way.
So mind you, man. So Garoppolo's 31.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be 32 this year, and the connections are there, man. Like our GM, Nick Caserio was in New England when they drafted him. And he's coming from the San Francisco side of the ball. Our head coach is the former DC coordinator, and our offensive coordinator is a passing quarterback coach when he was with the 49ers. So the connections are there. He knows almost everybody in the building, from the head coach to the coordinators and your GM. He knows everybody. If he goes for the comfort and he knows what to expect coming in, maybe he would take that contract.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask a fan like me, how do I feel about this? To be honest with you, like you said, if it's a 1 or 2 year deal, I wouldn't be mad at it. But if they give him more than 3 years and they say, yeah, he's gonna be our franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
No. I'm not ready to ride that train.
Yeah.
But 2 years, yeah, we can see that. And they say, and we still draft the quarterback with that second pick overall, I wouldn't be mad at that. Now, if they go defense, and no quarterback in the first round, ooh, that lets me know, man, like they have a lot of confidence on this on Garoppolo.
Right.
A quarterback that cannot stay healthy, and he's not that consistent. Like I think he's a system quarterback.
Yes,
If the system don't work out for him, he can't make nothing happen.
absolutely.
So that's the way I see it. And luckily he knows his offense. He knows already.
That's another key element right there.
So coming in, we know that he's not gonna have problem with the playbook.
Yeah.
So because his quarterback coach is now the OC.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, so
what if they just say, hey, we'll bring Garoppolo in for 3 years. We're not even gonna think about a quarterback this year.
Yeah.
In the draft, period. They may go Will Anderson and another defensive player at the next play.
Yeah.
And then we just get quarterback down the road.
Yeah.
But like they had Purdy. He's 6th round. We put all the hype on 2 or 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But there's guys that are later in the round that if you got the right coaches surrounding some of these guys, you can get them up to speed.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to spend no high draft pick on it.
Yeah.
And 49ers system has showed you that.
Yeah.
Time after time after time. So that may be something they look at.
Yeah.
So I would not be shocked if they brought him in and say, okay, you are quarterback for 3 years. But in the meantime, we will be drafting other quarterbacks later on in the draft, not necessarily one of these high profile guys, because if you miss on one of these guys, that just sets you back anyway.
Yeah. So exactly, like, let's say the Texans, they got the 2nd pick overall.
Yeah.
And let's say the guy let's say right now the Panthers hold that number 1 pick.
Yep.
And let's say the Panthers get the guy that the Texans want.
Yes.
Yep. And they were like, you know what? All right, F it. We just go stick with Garoppolo and just build our team with other players in other positions.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. Maybe they're saying, hey, like, all right, scenario point. Let's say that I'm the Texans, I'm Nick Caserio. Young is my guy.
Right.
If he's not there, I don't want nobody else.
Right.
So I know this guy right here. My coaches know this guy. My coordinators know this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take him.
There you go.
I'm going to sign him. And I also feel like Garoppolo's going to be one of those players, quarterbacks taken after the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another key thing. Whether it happened before or after the draft.
Yeah. And I feel like he's one of those players that could be after teams either they get what they want to get in through the draft, or now they're gonna go in bidding war with other 2 teams out there and see who gives them what deal, and then it's gonna be Garoppolo's choice by then,
Right.
But we'll see, man. All right, let's see something else, man. Trying to go through here.
Especially if the Jets don't, that Aaron Rodgers thing fall through, then that may put the Jets back in play for him.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this one right here, DC. The Ravens traded safety Chuck Clark to the Jets for a 7th-round pick for 2024. What do you think about that one, man? Like Clark right there is 27 years old. He's a great safety.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that that the Ravens made that trade.
That
man.
caught me off guard too. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's something personal or what's going on.
Yeah.
To make that move, but the Jets, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Going to the Jets.
Yeah. So he's to me, I feel like he's going to a better defense on that one. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let me see what else, man. All right. So let's talk about this one right here. The Texans will forfeit the original 2023 5th-round pick and will be fined $175,000 for salary cap reporting violations. So basically, the story behind this, DC, is that the Texans were paying Deshaun Watson's gym membership, and I guess during that time. And all this happened in 2020.
Yes.
Mind you, this is before Nick Caserio came in. So it has nothing to do with Nick Caserio.
Right.
I hate that they're attaching his name to it.
Yes.
When he wasn't even there. This is like back in the Bill O'Brien time, when he was the GM / head coach.
Easterby.
Yeah, and Easterby also. And so because of those actions right there, and that's a big violation right there. And I guess the way that they put it in, like the way basically like with everything going on with Deshaun Watson's case, I guess they saw this and they were like, we need to make your example. I'm pretty sure other teams pay for their primary.
You know they do. You know they do.
They pay for the primary players' expensive. That's off the books.
Right.
But everything that's going on with the investigation, they were like, all right, we need to take this to the light, and we need y'all need to be an example of, unfortunately. But they lose a 5th round pick. Nothing to me. That's not a big deal. But we know that I feel like the Texans are some way somehow gonna get them that pick back. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why this just not coming out now. Like you say, this was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That should have when Watson left, all that stuff should have been put on the table right then. I guess they were trying to hold it back and hide it or something, because you have to know it's gonna come out at some point. Just go ahead and lay it all out there.
Yeah.
Once Watson got into his little trouble and moved on, put it all out there.
Yeah.
Now you're coming back when you're in the middle of trying to rebuild something, you losing draft picks, man. I don't know why this just now leaking out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a leak or I guess somebody maybe leaked it to the league and they just started investigating it, and then I don't know, but this should have came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just news now, the news that they don't even really need.
Yeah.
Especially with the new head coach and everything. They're trying to go in a whole different direction. Then you bring this stuff back up. Anytime you mention Watson's name, and now Watson is the reason that you losing draft picks and paying money. No, this should have happened years ago, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the ghost of Deshaun Watson
Yeah.
doesn't leave Houston,
Strikes
man.
again.
It just hopefully this will be the last thing that the Texans have to deal with, the whole saga with Watson, Bill O'Brien's era, what's his name, Easterby.
Yeah.
Those boneheaded moves that we're doing. So I hope this is it, man. But I just want to, I want to lay that stuff in the bed and just let it be, and just move on to the next chapter with this Texans organization, man. But yeah, let me see it right here, man. I'm trying to see what the news we got right here, man. Let's talk about OBJ, bro. OBJ will hold a workout for NFL teams. I want to say he did it this past Friday, or is it this Friday coming up?
I think he already did it.
Oh, he did it. All right, yeah. So he held a private workout for NFL teams. This right here will be the first workout since he done suffering that ACL during the Super Bowl. And mind you, man, Beckham, he is 30 years old. I believe he's gonna be 31 this year. But so we'll see what teams will pursue the Beckham train. The fact that he did this DC, what do you think about it, man? This whole process.
It's kind of hard to read. I mean, but whoever does it, I'm just asking you to tread lightly. They say the workout went great.
Yeah.
But I also heard some rumblings that he wants $20 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be really, really tough. In order for somebody to give him that type of money, he's probably got to go to a bad team. So I'm just wondering if he really wants to win a Super Bowl, which he already got, or he's just in it to make some more money now. So with that being said, he may end up back at the Giants.
Yeah.
I heard the Patriots had interest in him.
Mm.
Of course, the Chiefs and the Bills have interest in him.
Mm.
But with a tag like that, it's going to be tough for those teams to sign him at almost $20 million a year. Any receiver, that I reserve that money for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
those kind of guys.
Yeah.
At this, like you say, he's 30 years old. I'm not going to be willing to go out there and cut him that type of check. But if that's not the case, and he's okay with maybe 10, 12 million a year, then he's going to fit on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
It could instantly help, like Buffalo.
Yeah.
Automatic. Kansas City, automatic.
Mm.
Hell, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
If he figure out a way to get in there, So I'm just wanting to know what his price range is. And that determines where Miami, the rich gonna get richer. It's just a matter of time, man. Where he wants to go, Cincinnati. The list grows.
Yeah, man. Like, all right. So to me, man, it's like, you just said it, man. Either you want to go to get the bags, or you want to try to win another Super Bowl. And at this point, it's all about what he wants, man. But now, if I was a GM, I was like, man, I'm not gonna pay you that much money, man.
Right.
You're in your 30s, and basically, in football world, 30s, man, you're old.
Right.
You're
Right.
old, and like you're towards the end of your prime. You know, you might have at least one more year, but then again, you're coming off from an ACL tear. You know, I mean, like we don't know what you can and can't do, what your abilities are. Now, if it was me, you get no more than 15 million.
Right.
That's me, man.
Right.
Like, and that's a 1 year private deal. I'm not gonna give you a multiple year contract, man. But these are the type of things that either you hope that you hit on, or you hope that you don't miss on. You know. So there's of course there's gonna be that one team. There's always man. There's always that one team that's gonna reach and make something ridiculous like that, man. But who knows? It might pan out, might not.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like the smart ones are the best deals that you don't try to reach for.
Yes.
And this right here is a reach.
Oh, big
deal,
time.
Man.
Oh, big time.
You know.
Yeah. Another team I would, if they were able to do it, they should do it. But he probably wouldn't go there. It's Pittsburgh. They need a receiver.
Yeah.
Hell, even Baltimore.
Yeah.
They need a receiver, depending on what happens with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So, like you say, 15 is about the max for me too. That's it. Like 1 year. If it's 2 years, it's going to be heavily incentivized. It's going to be based on all kind of numbers and games played.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's about it. About 15 for me too.
Yeah. And usually the good teams already set up with the wide receivers. They have two already. Like you said Miami earlier, man, but Miami has Hill and Waddle.
Yeah.
You know. And then you said the Bills.
Yeah.
The Bills got Diggs and they got what's his name what's the other receiver's name?
Oh yeah.
Man. God, what's his name, man?
I can't think of his name. I know exactly.
Yeah.
I can see him. But yeah.
But now the Vikings, you know, the Vikings just released Adam Thielen, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe the Vikings might be in the pursuit of that. And speaking of Adam Thielen, so the Vikings released Adam Thielen. The Vikings will save $6 million in cap space and take $13 million in dead money. So he was released already, man. He's 32 years old, you know. And this year, he didn't do so great, man. Justin Jefferson was the man in that Vikings receiving core, at least. And we know that Justin Jefferson is about to get paid.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
he's finna reset the market.
Yeah, he
Chase
is.
will be right behind him.
And we don't know if it happens either in this season or it might happen before. I want to say before the season starts or possibly next season.
Right.
Yeah. But those guys right there, you said Chase, and I feel like Justin Jefferson is a better receiver than Chase right now.
Oh yeah.
He's being more productive and Justin Jefferson, he's the guy that you had to plan for, you know.
I no doubt.
You know, so we'll see what's going to happen if they bring in somebody else or they draft somebody within the draft to help them out. But yeah, man, Adam Thielen has been released.
Yeah, he's one of those guys I was just talking about. Going to a good team, taking less money, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Buffalo. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So he's going to go somewhere. I'm sure he's made enough money, man, and he wants the ring now. So he'll probably go somewhere, take less on one of these teams that's already ready. They need a receiver.
You know, I'm surprised that he didn't stay with the Vikings and take less money.
Yeah.
You know, because the Vikings, man, they're pretty good team, man, and especially with that division still being up in the air.
Yes.
You know, like you could still say there's still you still have to go through Minnesota to win that division, especially everything going on with the Viking. I mean, with the Packers, and now. You know, the only competition the Vikings really do have is with the Lions at the moment. But you got to watch out for Chicago. Chicago might be back in the mix as well.
The fact that he's been released, guess what? He can go to either one of those teams.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He'd be right back in your division playing against you twice a year. So he's going to be another guy I'm keeping an eye on just to see where he lands at. Because I know there's some teams that he could help.
Yeah.
You know, he don't have to be the number one. He's going to be the number 3.
Yeah.
And still help somebody out.
Well, with the Vikings, he I feel like he was never the number one because before Justin Jefferson, they had Diggs,
Yeah.
you know, and Diggs was coming along, man. But with them having different the different opinions about football, that's when the Vikings made that trade. They got 2 first-round picks for him. That's crazy.
Yes.
And then with one of those picks, they drafted the receiver, Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, man. In the first round.
It worked out.
For
both teams, actually.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But let's move on, DC, to this one, man. So your Titans are making a bunch of releases, man.
Yes.
And one of them I'm kind of interested about, your center, Ben Jones. By letting him go, they created almost $4 million in cap space with $4.5 million in dead money.
Mm-hmm.
Jones, he's 33 years old. He started 12 games last year for y'all. My opinion, that he's been very consistent, very reliable as a center. When the Texans couldn't keep him, before he went to y'all, I was kind of bummed out because he was a good center, man. But now that he's he's a free agent, I hope the Texans can bring him along, sign up for a 2-year deal. He's only 33. He's been with the organization with the Texans before, so I feel like that right there would be good right there. But how do you feel about the Titans making all these releases, man?
Yeah, it's just some bad management, some bad contracts.
Yeah.
So now you end up losing good players.
Yeah.
And that's why we had to go out and get a new GM. We're starting to see some of the moves that he made. They look good at the time, but then now when you look at them, like, man, there's a bunch of terrible moves made by Robinson. And so it stings a little bit.
Yeah.
We end up probably putting a rookie in that spot. If not, we're just going to try to find somebody else in free agency. But like you say, for y'all, he'd work.
Yeah. Definitely. And the Texans need a center badly, man.
Yeah. And that'd be awesome because if you get a rookie quarterback, you want a veteran center like that to bring him along.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Moving on, man. And like there's one more Titan I want to talk about, but I want to wait for that one. How about this one right here, man? The Eagles re-signed Brandon Graham to a 1-year deal, man. Linebacker right here. No, defensive end. To me, that's a good one right there, man.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. They need to keep intact as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because like when you're that good like that, people start to come after your players, and they got a lot of free agents.
They do.
They got to try to do something.
They got a lot of picks as well.
Yes, yeah. That's another thing. Yeah. So they can allow some of them to walk. I think they let the cornerback Slay. They allow him to go out and find trade partners. So that's that tells me a whole lot. And I'm guessing they hoping this happened before the draft so that can determine which way they go in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of shocked to see that they're going to let him go out to test the market like that. But of course, you got Hurts on deck. It's time to get paid. So you got
to get paid.
Yes. So you got to create that cap space, and that would be a lot for him to let him go as far as cap wise. They save some space.
Yeah. Like the song goes, man. I got 25 lighters in my dresser. Yes, sir. Got to get paid.
That's right.
That's a Houston reference right there. Since my Hurts is from H-Town. He gets that reference, man. Got to get paid. But yeah, man. So that right there, like you said, man, like the Eagles have so many players that they need to resign, but they know they had the luxury that they could pick up these replacements in the draft.
Yeah.
And, so they're not afraid to let their current players right now under contract, test the market. And if they could get trade partners, they will. And like they go free up some money and get some draft picks while doing all that, man.
Yes.
So and I understand, man, like if they're still in the rookie deals and then trying to get paid, hey man, get your money, man.
Right. But
the Eagles are ready to roll the ball. I want to say the division goes through them now. If I had to rank the division from the NFC East is Eagles. I think it's a tie between second with Dallas and the Giants and the Commanders.
You say the Giants have gained ground on them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too, man. With the hiring of Dayball, and you saw what 360 turn he did on that organization. Imagine year 2.
Yes.
It can't get it can't get worse. It's going to go uphill from that, man. So, you know, even Jerron can tell you that he hates his current coach with oh God, what's that guy's name, man? From the Cowboys,
McCarthy.
McCarthy. You know, so he doesn't have faith in him. You know, you seen Jerron. He wants somebody from the Shanahan tree to come up. But yeah, we'll see about that, man. But yeah, but also the Commanders, man, they're right there, about to creep on the Giants and the Cowboys for that second place. So we'll see, man. We'll see what would happen. And also, I'm interested to see what Bieniemy does with that offense, man.
Yeah.
So we'll go see what he's really about, man. So yeah.
And for the Eagles, this is their year. This is their year to do it because the last year Hurts is going to be on that rookie deal. Next year they have to start paying him. So they need to be going all out this year and bringing in as many 1-year contracts as possible
Yeah.
to try to get to that Super Bowl because next year when that new contract kick in for Hurts, yeah, it's going to be raining players. They're going to be falling off the tree in Philly. Other than the draft picks, the rookies that they got on there.
Yeah.
So this is a win now, definitely for the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, man, like there's some news right here. It's a quarterback news right here. The 49ers announced that quarterback Brock Purdy underwent successful surgery to repair his UCL tear and his on his right elbow. They're saying that the everything is great. He should be back by training camp. So we'll see what's gonna happen with that, man. But yeah, as we know in that divisional game that he played against the Eagles, he couldn't even throw the ball, man. You know, he said, "I can't throw." You know, he's only in the sidelines, but. Like we spoke about this before, man. It don't matter if it was broken or not, man. Eagles just dominated that game, man. Like you could tell by the first half, man, before he got the injury, that Eagles were gonna take this game, man. So yeah, so that's what was going on with that right
that's
there.
Another injury that I'm watching. If he can be back by training camp, see, there's been rumors going around about Trey Lance to the Titans. Because the GM that we have now, he came from the 49ers.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised at all. That's good news that he'll be back for training camp. So 49ers may feel like we can move on from Trey Lance now. So and if they did that, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah.
And somebody will take Ryan Tannehill off our hands. Get him to Carolina somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, to the Jets.
Yeah, to the Jets or Carolina. So
Yeah.
that's one I'm watching closely too, man. If Purdy can be ready and the 49ers are ready to move on from him, I think we had a shot at getting him a younger quarterback again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you want to wait until we get there, but if you want to talk about it right now, is with the whole situation with Derrick Henry. They're saying that Derrick Henry, man, is that the Titans are accepting offers for Derrick Henry. I don't know if we talked about this last episode.
A little bit because it came back up again this week. Yeah.
So it came back again. So now it's like the Titans are trying to give up everything they got right now to make cap space, and I guess they're going for a different way of drafting players, paying players. And how do you feel about that, man? Basically, Derrick Henry is your offense.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, he's been a big part of the organization, man. Been first class guy the whole time. Did everything that they asked of him, and he got paid. He got a second contract out of it, but I understand the business side of it. You know, the GM, he got to come in and pretty much break this down to the studs and start over almost. So if he goes, I'll be okay. Because even if he stays, like I told you, we're not in a position to be winning no Super Bowls or nothing like that anyway.
Yeah.
Especially with the way that Jacksonville is about to come on. Just the AFC period.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be really, really tough. So it's time for us to to take a step back,
Yeah.
get a lot younger and a lot cheaper,
Yeah.
and then just start back on the come up,
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, good for him. I hope he finds a place where he can get a chance to at least compete for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go to Philly. Philly, give him the money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills. Give him the money. Go for
man.
it. That's all they needed.
Yeah, imagine that, man.
Yep.
Sheesh. All right. So moving on, dude. So the Dolphins have picked up quarterback Tua, 5th-year option. So that right there with the first 5th-year option, that means that he will get $23 million fully guaranteed if he keeps him under contract for the next 2 seasons. What do you think about that, DC?
Fredo, that's scary right there.
Man,
That's the scary one, man. This guy, week one hit away from being out the whole year.
yeah,
Because I know if he gets another concussion, man, he'd never come out of the protocol.
yeah, yeah.
I can't believe they did it. I don't know if they just did it as a favor. They feel like they owed him that. But, man, you can't seriously think in this game he's going to make it the whole season, man. That's scary, especially the way he went out this past year. And your backup didn't do no better. He came in and he got hurt. Bridgewater, then they come in with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
You had a ready-to-win team.
Yeah.
Everything but the quarterback.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what Garoppolo should win.
Yeah.
Everything but the quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's scary. I can't believe Miami did it. Like I said, they must owe him a favor. I probably would have held off on that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Jerron's favorite joke is he's still in concussion protocol. But yeah, man, I'm surprised that they did this. So this right here lets me know that they're committed to him for like it says right here for the next 2 seasons. But yeah, man, I'm surprised. But who knows? They still might go for a quarterback.
They might.
Or they have to because he's like one hit away, man. And
your whole season is gone out the window.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but God, hopefully that dude does not get hit like that no more, man. Poor guy, man.
Yeah, somebody got to step in and say, "Hey, man, you don't need to do this stuff. That's enough."
Just call it quits.
I know you
man.
love to play, but man, it's not worth it to this point. And that may be part of it. That may be part of their reason to give him a little check on his way out.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting them to do something.
Yeah.
I know they have Bridgewater backing him up, but I'm expecting them to do something different somewhere.
Bridgewater's a free agent this year.
Oh, he's a free agent?
Yeah,
yeah. That's no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah.
God about it.
All right, man. Let's go to some Patriots news right here, man. Safety, Devin McCourty announced that his retirement from the NFL after 13 seasons, man. 35. He's 35 years old. He recorded 971 tackles, 740 solo, 20 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 11 forced fumbles, 35 interceptions, with 2 being for touchdowns. McCourtney, 3-time Super Bowl winning. He won the Super Bowl 3 times in 2000. 3 times, and he was 3-time second-team All-Pro and a 2-time Pro Bowler. Hell of a career right there.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer right there, DC.
I don't think he's gonna get to the Hall of Fame.
No?
But man, he had a heck of a career.
Yeah.
I think it was all that with the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Yeah, he got a few rings out of it, but as far as Super Bowl, Hall of Fame, I don't think he gets in. I don't think he will. Man, hell of a career.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure. Congratulations.
Hell yeah, man.
He got out. Seemed to be pretty healthy when he left, so that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that, you get to retire on your own terms is always the best feeling, and it is not per injury, so yeah, it's a good one right there. I'm trying to check out what else we got right here.
What about Jalen Ramsey?
Oh, hold on. Well, I'm trying to go through these deals right here. All right, hold on. All right, so how about this one right here, man? Let's talk about the trade that happened. What was it? It was Friday. The Bears and the Panthers had agreed to trade the number 1 overall pick. All right, in exchange, Carolina is sending to the Bears the number 9th pick of this year, the 61st pick this year, their 2024 first round pick, and the 2025 second round pick, and wide receiver DJ Moore.
Man, the Bears. I like it for the Bears.
Yeah.
I do, man, because they swapped. They only moved back to 9.
Yep.
They're still in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
They get DJ Moore, and I think they get a second round pick this year and a first round next year.
So they get the first round pick, and they get the second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah, and they get the first round pick next year.
Which is gonna probably be awesome again because I don't see Carolina making that big of a jump.
Yeah.
So that may be another top 10 pick for them next year.
Yeah.
So I think I like what Chicago did there.
Well, at least top 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't see them. It might be, for sure 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see them making no big of a jump. They don't even have a quarterback.
Yeah.
So, man, that's good for the Bears that Fields got a receiver now.
Yeah.
So they can start to build around that. And I'm thinking they're going to take another receiver. They may take the rookie out of Ohio State, which he played with at Ohio State. So the familiarity, man, that's good for the Bears.
Yeah.
That is good, man. Move for just the picks they got along.
Yeah.
So
that right there, man. So that lets me know that the Panthers are considering to take a quarterback, but there's been some rumors out there, DC, that the Panthers are ready to deal that first overall.
Yes,
I think they did that to stay at least in the top 5 pick.
Yes,
So I guess they have options in quarterbacks, and let's see which one of them they want to get. But they know they could get some of that value back within the first overall. But if they don't, I wonder if they were ready to stick with this what they gave up to move up to first. Because think about it, man. Like, that's a lot, dude.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
So that at least you. Hopefully, if I'm the Panthers, you're expecting to get a first round this year and next year at least. So they were good to let go of their second round pick and a player.
Yeah,
and the first round pick for next year.
Yeah,
to move up.
That's crazy because I think they want somebody to come and take that pick.
Yeah,
and I think they want the coach to do it.
Yeah,
because I don't think they have any interest in Stroud or Bryce. I think they want Levis. That's what I think they want with out of Kentucky. Yeah, with the head coach, the new coach they got there in Carolina, I think he wants that bigger quarterback like that.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking if he can get the coach to jump, and he just jumped back to the 4 spot, there's a chance that he can still get the quarterback that he wants and get some draft capital from the coach in the meantime. So I think he wants to move back to 4.
Yeah,
and still be able to get his quarterback and maybe another second round of next year's first round from the coach. So, yeah.
So he's trying to flip this first round pick. He's trying to get some more picks out of it. Hey, if it works out the way that they're planning to work it out, and this is the way they want to do it, stay in the top 5. Because mind you, they went from the 11th pick.
They were 9th.
They were
Carolina.
9th. Yeah. So Carolina was in 9th to jump at least in the top 5 and get some picks out of it and get more. Hey man, that'd be smart. But I wonder how much, like, let's say example that the Colts, the Colts are willing to give up, and what exactly now. But we'll see though, man. If maybe the Colts are going to stay put where they're at.
Maybe, but man, that's a chance they have to take.
Yeah.
Because if they really want a quarterback, staying at 4, that's a risk.
Yeah.
But of course, with Arizona at 3, somebody may come to Arizona and say, I want that 3 to get in that quarterback chase. So, when you're sitting on your hands, Colts, you take that risk of not getting what you want, period.
Yeah. So imagine,
you need a quarterback.
So just imagine if Atlanta calls him up and say, hey man, what are you willing to take, for that 3rd overall pick? All right, so let's move on from that, DC. Now, unless you got something else about that.
No, like I said, I'm just glad for the Bears, man, and Justin Fields to get a receiver.
Oh heck yeah, man, and more.
So I'm expecting them to go probably defense with that number 9 pick.
Yeah.
Or they may trade back again. Somebody depends on how, you just never know how the draft gonna fall
Yeah.
and who's left on the board.
I tell you what, man, this draft is gonna be very interesting, man.
Yes.
Very entertaining. I'm right here for it, man. I'm ready for it, man. All right. So let's move on to this one right here, man. The Texans has signed former tight end wide receiver Robert Woods to a 2-year deal that includes $15 million that guarantees $10 million fully guaranteed. Now, DC, how do you feel about this right here being your former wide receiver? That he was released earlier this week, and he got picked up by the Texans, man.
Yeah, one of my cap casualties again. But for the Texans, this kind of lets me know that I think that Cooks is gone. I'm thinking this, but Brandon Cooks is going to be out. As for maybe a trade, maybe cut. I don't know how the contract is set up, but they want this veteran in the locker room, this type of veteran that's willing, to help out the young guys and be a part of the team.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's the main thing they brought him in, some veteran leadership, because they got young receivers.
Yeah.
And you need a guy now to show them how to be a pro and walk them through versus a guy who almost starting to turn into an eye guy, not a team guy.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. Like I say, we're starting over. We're gonna get a lot younger. We had a couple of receivers that we drafted that didn't even get to play last year because of the injury in training camp. So we'll be okay as far as that goes. We only got 500 yards out of him this year, so we ain't gonna miss that. But for the locker room for the Texans, yeah, he'll be good.
So, as me as a Texas fan, at first, like the first 5 minutes when I heard this, I was driving, I was going back home, and I was like, man, Robert Woods, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know. Till I got home and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That's a really cheap deal for a solid wide receiver. And then I started thinking about it. It's like his best years was in the Rams.
Right.
And who was his head coach?
It wasn't McVay, was it?
Yeah, it was McVay.
Okay, yeah.
And where did McVay came from?
Oh, yeah. He came from the
49ers.
49ers.
With Shanahan.
Shanahan with the Washington Redskins at the time. Yeah, he was there too.
So he knows the offense that's about to be but is about to be with the Texans. And I want to say he knows our offensive coordinator because I want to say he was with Shanahan in San Francisco by then. But yeah, so all this ties into the Shanahan tree, like we say. I feel like he knows that he's gonna know the offense somewhat. And this right here is a good deal for both of them. It's only a 2-year deal. So I want to say Woods is what, 31?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 30 years old.
I can't get off the top of my head. I forgot.
Yeah. So like at first I wasn't too excited about it, but now I feel like it makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
But I still know that Texans are still gonna go for a wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
Now who knows? Imagine him and Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
If let's say Cooks this stay in the building,
if they straighten up his attitude and want to be a part of it.
Yeah. So I heard some rumors out there that Cooks is considering to stay now.
Okay.
So who knows, man? But if you put Cooks at least in the slot, and then you put him, you put Woods, and then you put another wide receiver guy. I forgot his name already.
Nico Collins.
Mm-hmm. You put Collins in the other side. Sheesh.
And Michi.
Yep.
He comes back. Yeah.
Michi comes back.
Yep.
But with Michi, like you can't just put him in there and expect greatness right now, because Michi, he's coming from a leukemia,
right?
So all that work all that chemo he's taking, that takes a toll on you. What I heard,
right.
and that right there takes some possibly a year to fully recuperate. But luckily, he didn't take so much what's it called? I just said it right now, man.
Yeah, the chemo.
Yeah, he didn't take so much chemo because he caught it in the early stages.
Yeah, I mean, he caught it right out of the draft and then training camp. He caught it. Yeah.
So hopefully he be ready by then, man. But then again, when life comes and it gives you the surprise like that, man, no one expects stuff like that, man. All right, let me see, man. You got anything else about that?
No. just again today, the teams can actually start talking to the players.
Yeah.
And this is another thing that gets me with Lamar Jackson. No agent, man. If he had an agent, man, this thing would have been done a long time ago. Because him as a player being his own agent,
Yeah.
you can't talk to the teams, even though you represent yourself, because
Yeah.
it's still a team talking to a player. So it's just tampering. If he had an agent, his agent could have been running around to all these teams and talking and getting this deal done, man.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it to come to a head to see what's going to happen, but I
Yeah.
don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
And of course, they're just up in limbo. The Ravens are, and of course, I seen that Deshaun Watson deal. They restructured his contract.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed him another $36 million up. I mean, he saved him $36 million under the cap. Because they were over like $14 million.
Yeah.
So now they got a little space. I don't know what they did exactly with the money. I'm thinking they gave it to him as a signing bonus.
Yeah.
Of course, they did the same thing in Miami with Tyreek Hill.
Mm.
They restructured his deal. So, because Browns were in trouble too for salary cap wise.
Yeah. And of course, man, we get all that fully guaranteed money.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
You know? So some way you have to like move the money so you can have some cap room. But I got some more news right here, DC. I'll reference to see if you had more on Roberts Woods. Yeah. Oh yeah. So all right. So I got some news right here. So the Rams and the Dolphins have agreed to a trade to send All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey to Miami in exchange for tight end Hurt Lung and a third-round pick this year. The trade will officially proceed on Wednesday. Ramsey, who's 28 years old, recorded 88 tackles, 64 solo, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 forced fumble, 4 interceptions, and 18 batted passes. Started 17 and 17 starts this past season. So he played the full season. Ramsey, who's entering his 5th year of his 5-year contract. He's entering in his 3rd year in his 5-year contract of $100 million. That now he is a Miami Dolphin, man. The fact that the Dolphins have made this trade right here, that lets me know, man, that these guys are really into it right now. But what do you think about this trade right here, DC?
From a sense of it, it's been in the AFC.
Yeah.
And the receiver that they going to have to deal with, just from Cincinnati and Buffalo, and guys like that with Chase and Diggs, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Just if you're ever in that position to, win a big game.
Yeah.
But it still goes back to Tua to me.
Yeah.
And for the Rams, they made the move, salary cap space.
Yeah.
And of course, they're trying to get back draft picks, that they've given away 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When they was making all those moves and getting rid of draft picks. So they're just getting more draft picks back, trying to make the team relevant because they basically going to be in a rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it makes sense with Ramsey because they've been in that AFC, man, with Chiefs and all those guys. And you're going to be playing some tough receivers. And they needed that corner, especially with Jones leaving the team. They need another corner like that to help out.
Yeah. That right there, man, that trade right there was, to me, I feel like it was perfect. To me, I feel like the Rams just gave them away. That 3rd round pick, and you go get a tight end that is not even that great.
Yeah, he's gonna probably get cut.
Yeah. So the fact that I'm surprised that they gave up basically nothing, you know. But I guess because they're buddies over there, like, hey man, I'm gonna send you this play over here. What do you think about that? And I guess so, man. But that's cheap, if I was the Texans, man, I'd send you a 2nd round pick.
You're right.
And one of our tight ends. I was like, sheesh. But yeah, man. But that's a great deal. But I'm pretty sure that the Dolphins, that the Rams were. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm thinking right here. It's still Monday. So I think the Rams did him a favor because I think I think he wanted to go back home because he's from Florida. And what other place, better place than Miami? I'm not sure what part of Florida he's from, but if it's Miami, man, that's a great place. I think the Rams did him a favor and did work with him. It's like, hey, you know what? We think about trading you. Where are you planning to go?
Right.
You know,
I'm thinking, yes, he had input. He had a lot of
so
input.
I feel like he had a lot of input. Just the fact that the Rams are not getting that much anything for him, man.
Right.
It's like,
right.
I mean, like it sucks, man. But
The Rams have put themselves in a position where they can't do much. They got a Super Bowl out of it, but
they did.
they mortgaged them the whole franchise.
They did.
And now they're starting to pay for it.
Yeah. Because they were saying F them picks.
Yeah.
I was just say, you see why?
Yep.
They say, yeah, we wanted to do all that just to get one Super Bowl.
Yeah. And you know what? If I'm out there, I'm a team, and I'm calling the Rams and say, hey,
yeah,
what about that defensive tackle? I want that guy.
You know, and
Aaron Donald.
and you know what? And that was something I was like, man, I wonder what they're willing to give up for Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
If I was the Texans, I would give them a first round pick.
Absolutely.
I'll be like, I'll give y'all that 12th pick this year so you could go back and rebuild your team.
Yes.
I'll be ready to deal with that and take on his contract.
And Aaron Donald, he's willing to go to a team that's a winning team.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd go to somebody else. He had been talking about retirement. So, but I bet you there's been some talks behind, in the little circles about Aaron Donald. People have been calling him up and see if he's going to play another year, if he really wants to retire.
Yeah.
So now that they can start tampering today, you're going to start getting a whole lot of more news coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
Absolutely, man. Like I wonder what's the value of Aaron Donald right now, man.
First round. He's gonna start with
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he has any saying where he wants to go.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
You know, so like maybe they give him the same treatment as they did Ramsey.
Yeah.
He's like, hey man, like we can't afford you right now, unfortunately. You know where you want to go.
Yeah,
I'm sure. But they have to get at least a first round pick.
Oh, ain't no doubt.
You know,
and there's people lining up for that too, man.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right, man. Let me see. I'm trying to see if anything else has broken right here. Any news of some going on around the NFL?
I seen Jameis Winston. The Saints asked him to redo his contract or be released.
Mm-hmm.
So I hadn't heard anything else on it, but I'm thinking he may end up released.
Yeah.
So that's another guy for some of these teams that ain't got nothing, like Carolina.
Yeah.
Just to bring in a quarterback for the year. Mm-hmm. Hell, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Just bring him in.
Yeah.
If he gonna throw some interceptions, but he gonna at least push the ball down the field with Atlanta.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
So, all right, if you want to talk about that, so I know we talked about it in our last episode. As a matter of fact, it happened while we're doing our last episode with David Carr.
Yep.
I mean Derek Carr. God, I always get them two brothers confused. When Derek Carr signed with the Saints, what was it, $140 million contract?
Yeah.
For 4 years. And I want to say it was 100 guaranteed. Or was it 80? I don't know, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, DC, when he got that? Because at that time we didn't know the information about the contract.
Right.
But now we know that it's a 4-year deal over $140 million.
Yeah, and at the time, it seems when you go back and look at the numbers I was looking at it seemed like it's kind of team friendly. It worked out for the Saints.
Yeah.
The way they got it structured. And I'm sure all the pass catchers are going to be happy that you ain't catching balls from Andy Dalton, boy. But yeah, I think it was a pretty team friendly deal for what they paid him.
Yeah.
It was a 4-year, $150 million contract. And let me see what was guaranteed. 80, 100, but I can't remember what the number was, but it works out for them. And now they got to figure out what they're going to do with Andy Dalton. I guess he's going to be the backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that they're asking Winston to redo his contract. Yeah, $100 million total guarantees, $150 and $100 million total. So that ain't bad over 4 years.
Yeah.
That's 25, a year. So that's going to work out real well for the Saints as far as keeping some of their other players around.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm going to be interested in what happens with Jameis. If somebody comes out and picks him up whenever he gets released. If he don't redo his contract, I don't see why he would stay there now. There's no reason for him to be there.
Yeah.
Unless he's too young, I guess, unless he just wants to start being a backup now. But as many jobs as there are open right now, he should be able to go somewhere and at least compete if he don't get the starting job. Just right there in the division alone.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, he can go back.
Yeah.
Carolina, Atlanta, all those teams need quarterbacks.
Yeah. Man, like just imagine if he does go back to Tampa Bay, man.
Yeah.
Like with their quarterback retiring this year, maybe he is willing to go back over there. But you know, that team right there, the Saints, if they want to keep him, if he's ready to, you know, be the backup. To me, it's still crazy that Dalton was the starter and he wasn't, man.
Right. That's the whole year. I mean, I know he got hurt earlier, but he never even came back. They never even gave him another shot.
Nope.
And I don't know if there was something personal or what was going on behind the scenes, but I just kept waiting for him to say the starting lineup, and it kept being Dalton.
Yeah.
Dalton.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there's something behind the scenes going on between him and the front office or something.
Yeah. Only thing that has happened right now on free agency, the Falcons have signed offensive guard Chris Limstorm to a 5-year extension worth $105 million. Yeah. Offensive guard, bro.
Getting that offensive line together.
Ooh, for 5 years, man.
Yeah, my goodness.
So basically, he's gonna be making like $25 million a year, right?
Offensive guard. How many years?
5 years for $105 million.
Yeah, about 20 million, 21 million. Yeah. Not bad for an offensive lineman. He's good. He is set. I'm still waiting on to see Aaron Rodgers. What is he gonna do?
Yeah,
he says it's not gonna be long, but
man,
I'm already about tired of it, man.
Man, you know what, man? Like, I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers, man.
I'm tired of it already.
It's like every year, man. He's like Brett Favre 2.0, man.
Yes.
It's like he doesn't know what he wants to do. You know, it's like the show of Aaron Rodgers, man. And like he was only one Super Bowl, bro. You know, I mean, like he makes it seem that he's won 7. Now, I mean, I'm not even Tom Brady has been this over dramatic, bro.
I know it, man. It's crazy.
You know, and like I don't know why Tom Brady gets so much hate. Why? Because he wins. At least he wins. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers right here, man. He talks so much shit, but he hasn't won that many Super Bowls.
I know it, man. And they just let him. And Green Bay gave him that stupid contract last year, 3 years, $150 million.
And Green Bay already said that Love is their starter next year, no matter what.
God.
So you're gonna have the highest paid backup quarterback sitting down, bro.
Can't see it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
You know,
wow, unbelievable.
I don't get it, bro. Like
I'm just ready for the bill.
I truly, like, I'm not even a Packers fan, bro, and like he boils my blood.
I know it, man. I know he's just holding them hostage. He's doing whatever the hell he wants to do with them, and they just falling for it. But I think they're getting kind of tired of it too. We all are.
Yeah. I mean, whichever organization that he's going to, good luck with that.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
And you have to take on that contract. He's not. I don't think he's going to be even trying to negotiate to reduce his contract.
No, he not.
Who knows? This other team might give him more money.
Right.
He might request for more.
He might find another sucker.
And there's plenty out there, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But if he goes to the Jets, I mean, that's going to work for them.
Yeah.
They got a young team, and the salary cap, they should be okay.
Yeah.
And they got an owner who don't mind spending money. But I know last week they flew out to California to meet with him, the owner and the head coach and the offensive coordinator. So
of course, because they got permission from the Packers,
right?
And the Packers, you know, like I wonder what they're gonna ask for him.
That's what I want to know, right?
You know,
there.
I was like, all right, so what's the price on them?
Yes.
To take them off your books.
Yeah, you know they're gonna ask for one first, at least.
At least
that's the way they're gonna start. Yeah,
that's a given. You know, that's a first round.
And for me, if I'm Green Bay, it's a win.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of that headache. You know,
and you get a first round pick.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I asked for a first this year and maybe a second next year.
Yeah,
I squeeze as much as I can out of it. Yeah, because you know the Jets feel like they're really flying high.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but just because they get Aaron Rodgers, which it could work out. But Rodgers, hey, you're in the AFC now.
Yeah,
you all of a sudden You come from a conference, you may have been the best quarterback. Now you probably fall in line about fourth. You know, so you have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I want to see how he does with the media if he does if he does go to New York.
That's a good point.
And Green Bay, man, like there's really nothing over there. The highlight in Green Bay, Wisconsin, is the Packers, and that's the only thing they got over there. Now you come into the jungle, the concrete jungle is what they call it, and you have expectations so high, not just from the media standpoint. Then you got your fans, and as we know about New York, they have multiple teams on every sport. And these fans are ready to tear you apart. You know, you think the media is gonna be tough. Just imagine the New York fans over there, man.
Yeah, you know, because those people, those media, they ask the questions that the media in Green Bay won't ask. They're scared to step on feet. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't
They're
care.
going to ask. If they want to know something, they're going to ask, and they're going to expect you to answer it.
Yeah.
You know, not none of this just next question stuff. You're going to have to answer this.
Yeah. Because guess what? He's like, hey, you know, like, let's go back to the question that he asked. You know, can you answer that question? I feel Aaron Rodgers, man, like he had somewhat control in Green Bay, a lot of control, in my opinion.
A whole lot.
Just the fact that whatever he wanted from the owners, he would have got it over there. And he's like, well, if they're willing to do this, well, imagine some other spec team that's willing to take on my shenanigans. And we'll see, man. But how desperate you want to be to take on him and his drama, we'll see, man. But yeah, absolutely. DC, you got anything more?
I think that's it, Fredo.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next week's episode, can't wait to see what happens when free agency officially opens. I know there's gonna be more news coming out. You know, later on today. But we'll have next week to talk about it. But other than that, DC, man, I want to say that's it for today's episode. And that being said, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't, please subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Those are just one of the many ones that you can find us in. And of course, we're in all the platforms as well. Just look us up, type us in, and you should find us right there. But please, if you haven't subscribed to us, and please follow us and don't hesitate. If you got any questions, hit us up. If there's something you want to talk about, just leave us right there in the comments, and we were right there and we discuss about it. But until that, next time, see you next week. Thank you.
Later.